Helps if we unmute the mic. Morning, everyone. Welcome to the first stream of the Cardiff Modern RCQ for the season. This is Old Emo Dave. We're kind of just testing the sound and seeing how this is working or doing well. We are in round one, and round one is ongoing. But before we start, we're just checking some levels, checking some timings, seeing how it looks and feels. Got it. We are 30 players here today in Cardiff. We were a sellout of 32, and we did have a couple of last-minute dropouts, which, happens in this wonderful world of weekend competitive Magic. So, and here we are. I'm here with L. Evans' MTG, aka Scott from our usual YouTube elements. And Scott, a long day of Magic ahead of us with some fantastic action.
Yeah, can't wait. I mean, we've managed to avoid Nadu in this first round, so that's what I care about.
Yeah, like looking at the board and the game state in general, it looks like
E-Tron Jeskai, right?
Looks like Tron versus Jeskai? Yeah, Tron versus Jeskai. Adam sort of setting up against Jason. Two very well established players who, not Cardiff locals, but are from the southwest. So this is not their first rodeo. We have some real big names in the room today who hopefully, as this shakes out, we have 5 rounds of Swiss going into a top 8. So as this goes to further action, you will see many interesting players. So what do you think of what have you thought of the field? And you've had a little bit of look at the deck so far, Scott. Have we got anything that we're looking forward to on stream?
Couple of people on some wilder things, but a lot of people on the established things. So a lot of Gorios, a lot of Jeskai, a lot of Boros, a lot of Nadu. So pretty just standard meta for what you'd expect for Modern. That Echoes of Eternity.
Yes. Wow.
Adam woke up this morning, chose Violence with a glaring Flesh Raker. That's gonna be kind of bananas.
I was very impressed in Adam's entry to the event today. Adam came, wrote it up on notebook paper as we got to the event, still making decisions. So I wonder if Echoes of Eternity is that last minute, YOLO move, a bit like my Mockingbird the other weekend. Which shout out the shout outs that is then made across social media. Oh, nobody's been watching this. Well, actually, no. If you come in during the ads, so but I don't think people would have made it yet. We're starting new. We're starting fresh. Americanos are not with us until a lot later in the day. But if you're actually if you're actually from the UK, liking them, liking. No, this isn't YouTube. If you follow the stream, basically we're gonna set a follower goal. If we can get another 20 followers here or 20 subs on our YouTube. YouTube is where we do a lot of our content. So if we get up to 400 people on our YouTube today, there'll be an extra Cavern of Souls thrown in for the players as additional prizing. So again, if you're just the players and you want to go and follow the YouTube, obviously that's great. But also if you are friends of the players and you want to give them extra prizes to play for, go sub to our YouTube where you will be able to support the prize pool. So a bit of a slower place. We've seen a Leyline Binding come down. We're now seeing a Ring come down. What is Jason's fight back in this particular?
Yeah, so Leyline Binding on the Echoes of Eternity is step 1. There's still the glaring Flesh Raker to deal with. It is going to be dealing a lot of damage to Jason, but got the ring protection now behind that for a turn, so Adam's going to feel like they can't really develop all that much because the threat of Wrath of the Skies is always there. Jason only has 1 white source, so that is relevant. That's one of the issues. I think I can see another one in hand, but that's one of the issues with these Jeskai decks is even though they're only a 3-color deck, because you're trying to support Minamo, you're trying to support Arena of Glory and play the basics required, it can be a little sticky on your mana sometimes.
Yeah. It's finding that window here, isn't it? Like, again, these decks are not necessarily go fast, but they are go big. So the ring will definitely slow things down. What have we got coming in there? I need a bigger viewer.
That is All Is Dust.
All Is Dust. Hey,
So
MTG Boris 90, thank you for the follow. You are supporting the prize pool today for that, so appreciate that. The here and on YouTube will help add Cavern of Souls to the prize pool. So the All Is Dust clears the Leyline Binding. Oh, a Solitude. So Jason probably looking to sort of continue to set up the defense. They're going to need to keep digging with the ring, but also be very conscious of replacing that ring before it gets too damaging.
Yeah, I mean, their life total's still high enough where they can keep running with it for a little bit. The Flesh Raker with the Echoes of Eternity is a lot of damage, but I can see 2 Scalding Tarns. This might just be a suck it up, take the 3 damage, go get probably a Hallowed Fountain looking at the board state. There is a Solitude and a Galvanic Discharge, which might be their consideration is this Echoes going to be that much of a problem if I just discharge the Flesh Raker now? I mean, they do have another Leyline Binding as well, so one route here might be discharge Flesh Raker, Leyline Binding the Echoes, and then your opponent's got 2 0/1s, you're set up and prepared to deal with the next thing they play, but obviously there's a lot of cast triggers in this Eldrazi deck, so even if you're playing a lot of counter spells, it's sometimes still not great for you.
Yeah, not a like coming in with Jeskai control essentially. You don't really want to see Eldrazi round 1, right? You're looking to eat up some Nadu games and some Boros Energy matches. Thanks for following, Nacho, by the way. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's I want to actually get the data up in front of me, so I am actually gonna just have a quick look, see how Jeskai does into Eldrazi, because I'm not 100% sure. Sure. I did play Jeskai myself a little bit, but not extensively.
And obviously, this isn't a for the chat. This isn't an open deck list. This is your normal sort of European RCQ rules. So, although we're happy to and we'll be able to disclose what you see on screen, we are not obviously able to provide the deck list for the integrity of the players. What we will do though, there will be an MTG top 8, and also anything we record today, we're going to replay on our YouTube channel. If you do !YouTube, you can follow us there. And again, we're giving away more prizes today at this RCQ. Above the usual promo cards, we've given Lotus Petals to the top 8. We've got an additional Cavern of Souls to add if we hit our followers goal. We've got some additional Omen Path of Lands to add if we hit our YouTube goal of 400 subs. So yeah, we're here to give coverage all day. We have got 6 Pro Tour competitors in the building, I think.
Jake Swales,
Ben Jones,
Aaron Boyan,
Doug Penman, once of
Pro Tour Honolulu,
Pro Tour Honolulu, yeah, he's here.
Old school.
So for definitely 4, we have got multiple RCQ competitors,
late RC competitors as well.
It's not an easy field to join today.
People like Alex Hillier in the room, Lucy Fur, who top 8 at the Mega Modern.
Yes.
If you play in the UK and around the UK, you will know these names. If you play Axion events, if you're in and around the scene, you will know these names. I have just had a look as well. mtgdex.net, 37% for Jeskai.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, not great.
And also, let's not forget, Mr. Will Holder's here today. So, Mr. Caster is today being Mr. Player. Has definitely...
And the Mr. Players are being Mr. Casters today.
Mr. Players are being Mr. Casters, yeah, I guess. You know, we're doing there.
I like this hand shuffle from Adam.
Yeah,
the vertical hand shuffle. That's really keeping their hands busy.
We like to see that. I'm just glad to
on
see.
the Echoes again. Okay.
I'm just glad to see Magic firing even in the middle of Nardu summer.
Yeah.
We could have
In spite of Nardu.
Yeah, and I think we've seen a trend in the room today. Nardu players are off Nardu because they're ready. They're ready to leave Nardu. They're ready to fly off Nardu.
The competitive ones have still got Nardu. I'll tell you that for free.
Oh, okay. I did not. I know. So we did some decklist collection. I kind of picked them up, and Scott kind of sorted them. So, but we do have full judge in here today, which is again something I'm really proud of in Firestorm.
Something we stand for sure is actually having a judge for an RCQ.
Yeah, everyone is getting good experience, apart from when they take a break and they've got me standing on the floor.
So there was Leyline Binding on the Echo. So essentially, this game has been Adam plays a threat and gets the Echoes back.
Yes.
Jason untaps, kills the threat, and puts the Echoes under a Leyline Binding.
I know this is so context. We are probably about 15 minutes into round one, so
something like that. Yeah.
This is going to be a real grind. I think the game one is going to be so much more important than you can give credit for, because I don't think we're seeing the end of game three in this set.
Not sure. It depends how Jason draws. If Jason keeps drawing like they are, where they're getting flages and Galf discharges and Leyline bindings, that sort of thing, where that's what they're needing, then we could see the game go long. If it's a case where Jason never found their second white source, stumbled on their mana, and Adam plays out an 8-drop that exiles one of their white sources, or the only one that they've got, and then kills them with it, it's a different story. But Adam only with 6 mana available for an Eldrazi, so Ugin's Labyrinths mostly spent at this point. They are just wastes.
Yeah, at this point, they're not doing as much work as they would have been.
I did see a Thought-Knot Seer in the graveyard early on as well, so there's another one. So that is a reasonable play. Especially when Jason's tapped out as well. So Jason does have subtlety by the looks, so the decision here is, do you let it resolve and then kill it? Do you solitude it after it resolves? Do you subtlety it on the stack? I think let it resolve, solitude in response, pitching the Wrath of the Skies, because we've now dealt with the heavy board. This is draw a card and then Thought-Knot Seer resolves.
So subtlety,
counterspell,
yeah,
I believe. That is a very off-piste counterspell art, but
Jason's been around a while. I met Jason in Cheltenham, so at Cheltenham RCQ. They may not be from Cheltenham, but that's where I met them. And devout control player, very very patient. This is definitely their wheelhouse. Chalice. What are we putting Chalice on? Chalice on 1.
It stops Tune the Narrative. It stops Galvanic Discharge.
Yeah, we'll take that. Flage though, Flage I thought would be the target. We've already seen Flage in Solitude.
Yeah, we might be seeing an exerted Flage here. That's Flage mana with an Arena of Glory.
Such a good card. Gonna just be pivotal for times to come. That's exerted. That's going in and flipping the board state. Shout out the players for keeping on track of their life totals for us, and being on top of that. Adam is going down to 11. Jason is going back up to 13.
That is a 12 damage, 6 life gain spell there.
That's a big swingers. If you were playing today, Scott, what would you play to maybe spike this field?
It upsets me, but probably Omnath.
Okay.
I played Omnath when Yorion was legal. I played Cascade Beans, And when Beans was banned, I said to myself, never again. Because I was sick of my rounds going long. So that's a Kozilek's command, exiling the Flage and exiling cards from Graveyard, I think.
Okay.
Although I was looking at Graveyard, so it might be exile Flage and then I would assume scry and draw.
Yeah.
Minamo untapping the ring to draw again. That indicates to me that Jason has got Force of Negation.
Yeah, needs the hand size.
It's more that Jason has 1 mana available.
So I think a question here about timing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think they're just checking on time. Ultimately, you can tap the ring in response to the Kozilek's command, right? So
Yeah.
So I guess that's the question: is like, can you? Because obviously,
yeah, you can. I don't see anything wrong with what Jason's done here. It might be a conversation about what number the dice is on potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks like it was the question because we've just drawn 4 and we have 2 replacement rings.
Yeah, so no Force of Negation to protect the Flage here. So,
but you're happy to see the additional rings, right? Like the additional rings,
yeah, for sure,
set you up.
When Adam is scrying and drawing with this Kozilek's command for X is 5, it digs them very deep and it sets them up really, really well. It's almost like when you see Oops All Spells cast a recross the paths. They just pick up their entire library and just stack it all.
Yeah.
So, Adam, having a look at the top 5, this is the kind of situation where Jeskai can win. Where they've got replacement rings, they can just sit behind these and draw a billion cards, and Adam is out of cards and out of gas. With these Eldrazi decks, if they peel a massive spell off the top at any point, it can cause problems, though. So we'll wait and see. Shout out Aaron Boyan playing in this event. Is balanced on a knife edge, which I was told off for saying about 3 times in one game when we were on Will's stream.
Really?
Yeah.
Balanced on it.
He walked up to me and said, "Is this balanced on a knife edge?" When I was mid-game in a FNM. And I went, "It actually is. Why'd you ask?" He said, "Oh, I watched back the coverage on Will's stream, and you said that about 4 times in the game."
Oh, shout out Adam. Long-term store. Aaron, sorry. Throneheart, thank you for the follow. Appreciate everybody today. Again, quick reminder where we are. We are at Cardiff regional RCQ qualifier for Prague.
Regional Championship qualifier, darling.
For Prague. I am Old Emo Dave. I'm here with 11th is MTG. This is aka Scott from my YouTube where we do coverage. And we have a little announcement about a new little feature that later we'll talk about later today, and you'll see in between games. But yeah, we got 2 goals today. We've got a follower goal here. If we get to 350 subs, 350 followers here, we are going to add a Cavern of Souls to the prize pool. A yellow Cavern of Souls. I can give you a preview of that whilst we're in between games. And then if we get to 400 subs on YouTube, we'll also add an additional one. So support us and see some more YouTube and Magic content by doing that, but also support the players by basically interacting with Magic content, like for free. We don't need anything. In fact, don't even sub. Go sub to Will. It's for a good cause. Or your other favorite Magic streamer. I'm lying, really. I'll take your Twitch Primes any day.
Always free money. Free money for you. Free money for us.
Out of Bezos's pockets. Yes.
Oh yes.
Thoughts here now. So very big hand on Jason's side. Tapping the ring, getting more cards.
When Lucy was picking up the deck and playing it at locals before they took it to a top 8 finish at the Mega Modern, I was chatting to them about the deck, and I said, if in doubt, just tap the ring. First thing you do in a turn, just tap the ring. It'll be fine. You'll figure it out.
If in doubt, tap your ring. Absolutely, yes.
Indeed.
Sound professional advice there. If in doubt, tap your magic ring.
Your magic ring sounds even worse.
What time is it?
How
many monsters are we deep? We're not even two. Like we were.
I'm not even half a monster deep.
We were so.
Have you had one this morning already? Yeah. I know you had a coffee in the car.
I had a coffee. Yeah, I did have a coffee.
Okay.
How does Jason? Wow, I say. I was just gonna say it is on a knife edge. What is Jason digging? What is Jason digging for? They just want multiple flages to change multiple life totals.
Flage basically at this point to try and kill them, or they want to just continue digging, sit back on a counter spell, hope that Adam doesn't draw anything too massive off the Kozilek's command. They've got a subtlety as well, which can help. So what are we looking? There's a force of negation, subtlety. Discard in a bunch of lands, bunch of tune the narratives. It's Fairy, a Wrath of the Skies. Yeah, so that looked like a bunch of counter magic and another One Ring. So Jason not really under a huge amount of pressure right now.
Wow, that looks fun. We're just looking at the deck list here. We obviously can't tell you, but we're looking at some of the players. This is going to shake up to a really great day of Magic. Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I've seen some. There's some spice out there. Certainly not from one Scottish local player who turned around and showed me a card and went, "Oh, here's my spice." That's not particularly spicy.
I'm even going to leak that. One of Drag the Canal.
I mean, I've seen it before. It's like fairly standard.
Chat to
Null Drifter's very good.
Chat, do any of you have pet cards that still make a deck that shouldn't? Obviously, my little recent story, and I'm going to just talk about it, is not only once but twice I've been shouted out for my Mockingbird appearance at my Axiom top 8 the other day.
Just a one-off with one blue source and you never drew it.
I never drew it. I never played it. But I managed to get shouted out on the dive down twice. So
that's success, baby.
I'll take that. As well as having a magic tweet go over 500k. It may have been Doom Wake slapping me down with Nardu on the day one, but
no, we don't speak about.
But we'll leave
O'Donnell.
We'll leave that one to another day. This game is not. Is this game getting to a point where it's a case of Jason might deck themselves?
Only if the Flages are like two of the last cards. So there was a Solitude picked up. We might see them just pass the turn here, where they're looking to hardcast Solitude, hardcast Subtlety on Adam's end step. If Adam again doesn't really do much, where all they did there was evoke a Null Drifter, kind of implying that they've got mana to use elsewhere. They've got 6 mana for Eldrazi spells.
Yeah. We
might see a Kozilek's command here.
We see there is a subtlety. Yeah,
they're putting counters on the blast zone. Okay.
To counter Flage?
Yeah, it could kill a Flage.
Yeah, kill a Flage, I guess.
In the long term. I mean, most of these Jeskai decks play 3 Flages. Adam is at 9. So if we can get in once with a Subtlety or a Solitude, they're at 6. We will kill them eventually. Because we have 2 more Flages.
Yeah.
So a Thought Not Seer is probably getting Subtletied.
I can imagine so, right? Like you've built this powerhouse hand. You do not want to see any disruption to it. Yeah, straight subtlety.
Yeah, it also Jason was going to cast the subtlety on the end step anyway, to just be a beta. We might even see the Solitude here as a follow-up if Adam casts another creature or does nothing, where then all of a sudden Adam's at 3, we tap the ring, see if we hit a Flage. If we do, Adam's dead, and then you've taken game one in what is a bad matchup for Jeskai.
Yes, absolutely. Should take a look how the field is doing. We'll get this up on the screen, but not on obviously the stream. Interestingly, we have with 32 players today. We've already seen victories to RCQ top 8ers. Actually, top 8ers, Megamon top 8ers.
Running it back is a good store for them.
So yeah, good starts. That's a board developed, right? That is
yeah, it's what I said, right? Where now we get into combat, we go for 6. If there's a Kozilek's command, you just counterspell it. That is an exerted Arena of Glory for a subtlety. So we are just threatening lethal now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Backed up by a billion pieces of counter magic. So Kozilek's command being cast, try and stay alive, and it's going to meet a counterspell.
Cool.
Game 1.
Game 1. Game 1 reset. Now, said I'd probably try and do this for the players today because, as we know, we have them tracking live on the stream for us, and they are absolutely legends for being part of it. But we are trying to help them out by resetting their life totals along the way. So there we go, life totals reset. And it is also 1-0 to Jason.
Yeah, so what we'd normally see out of the sideboards coming here now is Jeskai normally plays some amount of Consign to Memory. I think I just saw a lot of Consign to Memories. Card's really impressive. Really, really good right now. From Adam's side of things, I'm not sure. I haven't played Eldrazi Tron myself. I am a certified Tron hater. So not something I've traditionally sleeved up. I've sleeved them up for Pauper once upon a time.
Tron in Pauper. What a hate based deck that is.
Yeah, and then I played a 40-minute game 1 and turned around and went, I'm never doing this ever again. Yeah, so key card. So Force of Negation might stay in. We probably see Wrath of the Skies come out. One Ring's obviously really good.
Sorry, monster's going here. Hey James, who are the commentators? It's me. This is my channel, Oldie Dave. We'll come on camera. 2 seconds.
That was shocking.
we're on camera now. So hey Jenny, thank you for your follow. So James, yes, it's me, Oldie Dave. There's Scott, 11's MTG. We are casting the games all day.
Are you gonna go clean up your monster that you?
I gotta go clean up my I gotta go clean up my monster. Can I just show you all this beautiful sleight of hand promo, by the way, which is on offer today? And yes, for those of you, if you basically follow our stream, exclamation mark YouTube, follow our YouTube. If we get to 400 followers today, we are giving an additional Cavern of Souls to the prize pool. We're back on normal now. Oh, no, hang on.
We're not back on the game.
No, we're not back on the game.
We're still on our beautiful faces.
Now we're on the game.
Your head is shining under these lights. I'll say.
Pink Fair by Gaming, thank you for following. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, follow the YouTube, follow this, and we are going to boost.
Give these players more free stuff.
Basically, we're actually just we said to the we set some goals and targets to the LGS and said, yeah, show us that you've got there and you can have some stuff. So we are getting there. We're on. Right, we live now?
I think you've just switched it back.
I think this is messed up here. Are we on the game now?
Jenny has said we're not on. I assume we're on our beautiful faces.
Are we on our faces now, or are we not on the game? We're on the game. You're on the game. Right, okay, cool. We need to stop this studio mode thing then. There we go.
essentially what was happening there was Dave was being old, and we were looking at the preview of what the transition would be if we went on to our faces, which is very helpful. Because all I could see was his head and me in the corner, and we could not see the game. So, going into game 2. Jason is 1 game up. This is Jeskai Control versus Eldrazi Tron. So, did have a look before the match started. This is favoured for Eldrazi Tron, but Jason still took down game 1. Basically just drew a billion cards with a ring. Stabilised behind it. Managed to draw the Leyline Bindings to answer Adam's Echo of Eternities several times. And got there with a hasty subtlety, of all things.
Thank you for following, Will. I see you've done well in round 1. Congrats.
Can't stop winning in this store, can he?
You wasn't in the shame. We don't really stream that much, Will, to be fair. But we should stream more. So and we will be streaming all the RCQ action and our end of year championships, which we can confirm is coming as well. We're gonna have a little Christmas special here at Firestone Games, which again, stay on the socials. You'll learn more about. How long do they have left on the round? This is gonna be key for Adam's game plan, right? Like Adam needs to.
We've been live for 36 minutes, so I'd assume about 20 minutes. Do you know what? I'll go check.
Yeah.
Oh, my knees.
So, Adam has got to basically try and ensure they get into this game quickly and fast. Jason just needs to not lose in the next 20 minutes or so, and that actually is a possible game plan for their type of matchup.
15 minutes remaining.
Is that on the clock or?
Yes.
Yeah. So the clock's like probably 2 and 3 minutes off. So yeah.
What's the point in using it then?
Well, I didn't press the button quick enough to start it, did I?
No, you couldn't work it out.
Yeah. So chat, there's a button for the clock, and I just couldn't. But we're on ads. Shout out the ads.
Just as we're getting into game 2.
Shout out the ads.
What a wonderful day!
Game 3? Possibly. Not Jeskai, right? So it's not.
Well, Teferi 3 is. It's really good right now. It's normally a 1 or a 2 off, so. Let's have a look. See, so Devourer of Destinies from Adam, as it seems like these decks always have.
So off they go. They Devour Destinies and Whiff, though.
No, they only exiled 3.
Oh yeah, but
they left an card.
What I mean is they didn't actually get the
Ugins
Ugins,
or anything.
so...
No, they didn't. But
yeah, so Whiff is
setting.
Yeah, Whiff is not necessarily the statement, is it? They.
Yeah. So turn 2 Null Drifter, draw 2 more cards.
Thank you for following Keldek. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're getting right up there. Basically, chat, all we want to do today is we want to stream all day, watch some Magic, interact with Magic people, and let people know about our YouTube. If you follow our YouTube and we hit 400 subs today, we are going to add a beautiful Cavern of Souls to the prize pool. It's a luminous yellow edition. So yeah, let's keep them flowing in, and it's all Magic content all the time here, baby. That's all we do. That's all we're good at, really. Try playing Val.
Well, good at.
Well, you love a bit of RuneScape, but
that's a fair point. I could be playing RuneScape.
Although
I'm not going to be playing RuneScape. Don't worry.
Although it is the new Fortnite season, we could go like really off piece, get loads of followers today, and then just start playing Fortnite.
Or we could. It's alright, we can just enjoy the fortnightfication of Magic.
Yeah. Be that crossover, like where we get.
It's alright, mate. Next year we're all going to be casting Iron Man and trying to exile our opponents one ring with it. So
I can't wait for Ant-Man Tribal. I really can't wait for Ant-Man Tribal.
That implies there's going to be 3 different Ant-Mans.
You're telling me with the Offspring mechanic, we're not going to have a card that's going to go, it's a 1 mana 1/2, your Ant-Man. You can multi-kicker it for as much as you want.
I don't want to think about Ant-Man's Offspring. So, Consign to Memory on the Thought-Knot Seer. As I said, post-board, there's a lot of Consign to Memories. Thought-Knot Seer's a really good card for these Eldrazi Tron decks because that's a Consign to Memory on quite a low-value target. It's a card that's quite easy to Galvanic Discharge, it's quite easy to just Leyline Binding away, and is card neutral once it's removed. For as long as it's on the battlefield, Adam is a card up, but as soon as it's removed, it's equal. So Consign to Memory has to be cast on it, because otherwise the Thought-Knot Seer will just take it. That is an Obsidian Charmor destroying the Eldrazi Temple. So Adam really set back here. Jason got a 4/4 beta. That is a 5-turn clock. Cavern of Souls with Ugin's Labyrinth and Secluded Courtyard. So another Null Drifter. So no pressure coming out from Adam. This means Jason's going to be able to untap, bash for 4. Minimum. I can see a Tune the Narrative there, 2 lands and a Solitude. So we'll probably see Tune the Narrative.
This Chainmaw's a really great sideboard pickup for this matchup, though.
I like Charmor. Another land picked up for Jason. So that might be the only issue I can foresee here is Jason's just drawing a lot of lands. They surveilled one into the graveyard with the Meticulous Archive as well. Whereas Adam, short on mana, but lot of cards in hand. So, balanced on a knife edge?
Balanced on a knife edge.
Should I make that my catchphrase?
Balanced on a knife edge, MTG. But it's just sort of saying, like, in between matches, like, Jason needs to not lose, right? Like, that's.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That's generally the way Magic works.
But they don't need to push the tempo here.
No, they don't. They are in no rush. Currently, they are ahead, but obviously, looking at their hand, 3 lands and a Solitude, it's not great. Just a turn pass back from Adam, so no Thought-Knot Seer, nothing like that. Maybe Adam's hand is quite heavy and we can just get there with the Charmor, that sort of thing. Let's see what happens here. That's another Charmor drawn.
It could actually end up being a bit of a beatdown in this particular case. Oof.
Yeah, and if Adam didn't cast a spell last turn, so we might see a Kozilek's command in response here. Make some Scions, scry 2, draw 1, is what I'd assume. So that's okay. It puts Adam up on mana and lets them cast one big spell next turn where they're going to have 5-6 mana available, maybe 7 if they can hit a soul land, so a land that taps for 2 mana, which will allow them to cast like Devourer of Destinies, get one of these Charmors off the battlefield, that sort of thing. But this is Jeskai showing Eldrazi Tron how to go Benny Beats.
Yep.
Just trying to get there before Adam can get their mana underneath them and get their feet underneath them.
Do we see Wrath of the Skies in the on the Tron side? I didn't actually see any energy creating. No, what am I on about? There wouldn't be. It's all his dust. Yeah, all his dust is the out. All his dust is the out is what we need.
Yeah, so Eldrazi Temple All His Dust would answer both of these Charmors. From Adam's side of things, I'd be very nervous doing that. There's the Eldrazi Temple. Go on, All His Dust.
Resets the game state.
It does. Jason a Devourer to exile one of them. So half as good, but does leave Adam with a body. So fetching, I assume we've already got the Zagoth Trime and one of the Surveil lands. So maybe the other Savale land's in the graveyard, I believe. Yeah, Thundering Falls in the graveyard. It's not often that these Jeskai decks play 4 tap lands, so we might just see a shock land here. Might just be shock land tapped.
Because the Devour of Destinies is a 6/6, right? So it'll be a
Is it 6/6 or is it 8/6? I can't remember.
It'll be a beta.
I just know it's big, and I normally lose when they cast it.
Yeah, like one of those cards you never think you're gonna see cast. It gets cast, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, the power and toughness of it is kind of irrelevant. Devourer of Destiny. It is a 6/6. You are correct.
Yeah, so that just being there means Jason probably needs to slightly pivot to.
Well, hilariously, Jason's winning the race.
A Flage will be all they need, right? Because then Jason won't be able to.
Yeah, or a Galvanic Discharge. So there's another tune the narrative. So Jason up to 4 energy. At any point here, a Galvanic Discharge is good enough.
Yeah.
There's also a Solitude. So let's wait and see. Shockland untapped for Jason. So we are leaving Solitude available as an option. Are available to work with here, despite being Charmored twice.
Definitely not what the start they were looking for, though, is it? At the end of the day,
no, it's certainly been disrupted.
And
is that a Kozilek Butcher of Truth, or am I thinking things?
No, I believe they do.
Is that an original Kozilek?
Let's hopefully see it.
Draw extra cards with my Echoes of Eternity. Let's go.
That would make sense. The echo.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, but I appreciate.
The echoes would be on board then.
I was not aware of his game.
His game is play a lot of big brewer stuff, and how do you feel? Is
a Kozilek?
Is Eldrazi going to have an uptick now in post-Nadu world, would you say?
I think red-green through the breach gets significantly better.
Yeah.
I don't know if straight Brown Town Eldrazi does. Like these Eldrazi Tron decks, or straight Tron with the Urza lands. I don't know if they're good enough because there is so much effective hate for them now.
Yeah.
That people can just sideboard 2 or 3 Charmors and then their matchup, the matchup swings wildly.
Yeah,
when they draw them,
because the Charmor's not really Harsh Mentor. Never going to see that card again after when they are really no one's going to be sideboarding that or needs to sideboard that. But Charmor is definitely something that you will play not just for Eldrazi decks.
You actually bring it in the Jeskai mirrors as well.
Yeah,
because it keys off of all the filter lands to become cheaper.
Yeah,
and in that kind of matchup, you just want more beaters. So Tectonic Edge being activated, destroying the Cascade Bluffs.
Okay,
so we might see Solitude in response here.
Yeah, making use of the
because that can't be counterspelled. Obviously, it's an activated ability. Adam with 4 mana available for Eldrazi spells, 3 mana for non-Eldrazi. So I think if I was in Jason's position here, I would float the mana and then just cast the Solitude, but looks like Jason's let it go, just sitting on that counterspell. Let's see. So, Ugin's Labyrinth. Oh, yeah, I believe the Tectonic Edge was played as land for turn. So Jason untapping, just trying to ride this Charmor. So we have 2 Solitudes and a counterspell in hand. Steam Vent's tapped. Yeah, we are just riding this Charmor to victory. Not 1,000,000% sure I love that, because as I said previously, all of the Eldrazi stuff is cast triggers. Like, for example, we see a Devourer of Destinies cast here. It will exile the Charmor. You can counterspell it, but it will exile the Charmor.
We don't have Flages in hand or in bin either, do we?
No. So what I think I'd like to see here is just an end step Solitude. Either way, I think even if something like a Devourer is cast, you just Solitude, exile it, keep beating. You know you've got another Solitude for the other Devourer. You're obviously resetting yourself by doing it, because Adam will gain 6 life off the Solitude. It's not just white exile target. It's not just exile target creature. They do gain life. It is relevant, especially in these situations. So Jason going down. Oh, not quite.
Leaving the blocker up?
Yeah, Jarmel's a flyer. Leaving the blocker up for Solitude seems very defensive when your opponent's 2 hits away from death. I'm much more of a make them have it, jam, wait and see gamer, but
I think you should be at this point as well, isn't it?
I mean, we're not playing, right?
They're
playing,
no.
So
and this is such a different perspective.
Yeah, and we can't see Adam's hand, and we know Jason's. So Ugin's Labyrinth exiling the Kozilek Butcher of Truth. So 4 mana for Eldrazi, 5, 6, 7. Could we see another Devourer here? Worldbreaker.
Well,
exiling Sacred Foundry. So I think
targeting all the mana sources.
Yeah, I think I'm just deciding which one to exile here. I think what we might see here is floated mana in response, and then you Solitude the Worldbreaker. Secret line of text on that. I believe Worldbreaker has reach.
Really?
If I'm correct on that, we are just counterspelling the Worldbreaker. That's probably better. It doesn't gain your opponent any life. I forgot Jason had the counterspell, not going to lie. I was playing on the assumption of 2 Solitudes.